Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, WWE officially kills NXT 2.0.
WWE also has several new titles ready to go.
We have a report on Tony Khan's plans for Ring of Honor.
And Tony Khan introduces a no-releases policy for AEW wrestlers. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Lyndon Dykes.
And this is the news. Come on, Scotland!
I'm not, but I wish I was Lyndon Dykes. What a man. Anyway, we're going to kick things off by talking about NXT 2.0, a report yesterday from Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, just confirming finally that the 2.0 branding is done. Now it is just NXT. That's what the show is going to be going forward. You're not going to have any 2.0, whatever. All that branding is out the window.
What am I going to do about my gimmick?
We've, of course, you have to call it like NXT.
I can't do the...
We'll figure something out. Don't worry. I've lost my mind. New logo. You've seen the new logo.
Yes.
We talked about that the other week. It's going to be in place, all of that stuff. It's kind of like the 2.0 logo with the 2.0 pulled away and the color scheme reconfigured.
Boring.
Yeah, it's not very visually engaging, but hey, it looks clean at least.
I like the old
Speaking a little bit more on this, Meltzer did say that the philosophy isn't really going to change all that much. Yes. The focus is still primarily going to be on younger wrestlers, as has been the case with, or younger athletes, we should really say, given the experience levels that are coming into the company, which has been the case for a while. 2.0's transformation was characterized by the shift away from like the indie style presentation of black and gold and towards this crap new generation ripoff, which has mostly been quite bad in my
show you've been watching.
In my not so humble and rather opinionated opinion. But yeah, there we go. Looks like things aren't going to change too much. I wonder, right, and this is purely speculative, but I've seen some other people talk about it as well. They've taped the past 2 weeks of shows.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're maybe redoing the Performance Center a little bit, maybe getting rid of some of the wild colors. They've got every color of the bleeding hex thing on there, haven't they? Is that what they call it? Hex number?
I think so. That's definitely the term.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but save this segment, please, mate.
Well, this is the thing. So I'm incredibly biased because we obviously have watched the entirety of 2.0 as part of our podcast reviews, What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, and I've come to absolutely adore it. Like, I'm not sat there going, this is not as good a wrestling show as AEW Dynamite or whatever it may be.
It's a different
But
beast.
It's a load of fun on a Wednesday morning. It is. I've had a great time with it. I'm pleased that it's not got a complete change back to skulls, black and gold.
Sure.
Which, whilst
Warhammer.
the wrestling was obviously sensational, God, it was dull in parts.
Yeah.
It was just, and I'm not complaining about the wrestlers wrestling because they were all mint, right? But after a while, it's like, cool, 3.5 stars. Well, that's that. You haven't got any surfers debuting who also play the ukulele. You ain't got no Tony D. You ain't got no... Like, it's this weird circus 2.0, and if all they're doing is losing the deep bit, then I'm all right, because there's still a chance. And it looks like, the likes of people like Andre Chase, he's wrestling next week. That's meant to be the new beginning. Like you say, that's going to be back live and potentially in this changed CWC or whatever you want to bloody call it.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a chance, and that's the main thing. Although, get well soon, Tony D. There is a reason why I'm wearing this. 2 different reasons, actually, why I'm wearing this today. It's black, because I'm in mourning for Tony D's injury. Get well soon, mate. Tony D. Stacks will hold it down. You got it, boys. Whilst he's away. But also, because of the whole Bron Breaker Steiner 33 and a third thing. Very good.
Yeah, there you go. Like Ska Punk, NXT 2.0 is just not for me. But I understand why people have enjoyed it.
And I'm going to go kick some pigeons in the park. Sponge. Don't actually kick pigeons, everyone. WWE has several new titles apparently ready to go. Second band I ever saw live, Sponge.
Really?
First one, Newfound Glory. I wore a shirt. I didn't have a bloody clue.
I'm going to get dressed up for the Newfound Glory gig, brother.
Anyway, according to Fightful Select, no crap, just sap Sean Ross sap. Oh, Fightful Select. WWE has 3 newly designed sets of title belts finished and ready to go. Professional wrestling belt expert Dan Beltzer tweeted a few weeks ago. He said, new WWE tag belts are described to me as being the existing design, dual-plated, black strap, and having a stacked, large large WWE logo in the center. They also have the old, never used tags, which are the women's tag style on colored straps. Women's belts getting colored backing soon too. Fightful's also suggested that on top of what I just mentioned there, other changes have been pitched, although there's no word on specifics. Also, WWE personnel have indicated that they would favour some alterations to the company's current designs, and there's the whole argument back once again with the Renegade Master between Velcro and snaps. I know Velcro's easier, but snaps just look so much better and not like a child's belt, basically. And apparently the plans for this, Andy, were already in place before Triple H came in and took over, but as soon as he's come in, he's gone, yeah, let's kind of expedite that sort of thing.
Change. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think we covered that original tweet, or did we? I can't remember when it came out a couple of weeks ago. But
I think we mentioned it.
But Fightful here noting that they have the belts in hand, which is cool. For me, I've never really liked the tag team title designs, so I'm 100% in favor of this. WWE's current approach with belt branding is like the massive logo, right? Because on TV, or if you give that to like NFL teams or whoever, that's just an example, but they give them out to non-wrestling sources.
You won the Super Bowl, have a belt.
If you see that on TV, you immediately see the WWE logo. Rather than just going, hey, that's a wrestling belt. It's like, no, that's WWE. The logo's huge. You can't miss it. So it's a branding thing. I'm in favor of new belt designs. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And now you got to add that, of course. You got these belts we just mentioned there.
We've still got the greatest belt design of all time.
Cody Rhodes held that,
of course. Yeah,
now it's mine.
Electrical tape and all. So
and of course, I forgot to mention there, Andy. I've been very poor in my reporting here. So we mentioned the tag belts there, women's belts getting a coloured backing, blah 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 blah, and that's not forgetting the $6,000 Fiend belt that's presumably making a comeback soon.
Yes, of course. If anyone out there.
£6,000.
If anyone out there actually owns one of those, please let us know, because like I'm genuinely curious how many of those got sold, because that is some price. You have to. I know Bray Wyatt, like people who like Bray Wyatt really like Bray Wyatt, but that is extreme dedication. That's like a pretty okay car.
Yeah, I think I bought a WWE belt once for something.
Yeah.
I think maybe for like a nephew or something, and I was like, 20 quid for like, it was like it was basically just the logo, a black strap and some Velcro at the back. And even then I was like, ugh. So dropping $6,000, it'd basically have to be a belt with £5,980 in it.
You could go on
to buy it.
You could buy a car with that. You could go on holiday like 6 times in a year.
Fiend car.
You could, in the UK at the moment, you could probably heat your house for about a week.
Imagine a Fiend car, right? And if you press the horn, the tongue comes out. We're going to work on that. That's today's job.
Fiend monster.
We're going to design a Fiend car.
Spinning rims with his face going.
Yeah. Have him fight the big.
There you go. The exhaust pipe could be one of his sausage fingers. Anyway, Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor.
Hang on, let me just pretend to be shocked here. Okay, ready? Go on.
Nothing major here. It's a report from Brian Alvarez on It's a light news day, guys. What can I say? Brian Alvarez yesterday on Wrestling Observer Live, talking about how when Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor, this was announced on the 2nd of March. You're going to do an over-the-top reaction. I'll brace myself for that. He had no plans. He had no plans.
What?
He had no plans for this.
There was no indication of this.
The reason for this is quite simple, however. It seems to be that because WWE and potentially other parties were kind of interested in buying at the same time, Tony didn't have time to draw up business plans or whatever before pulling the trigger. So to me, this sounds like an impulse purchase, right? He's like, I don't want them to have this. I'm going to take this, or I'm going to buy it from Sinclair or whatever. He announced it on that live episode of Dynamite. Since then, we've had Supercard of Honor and Death Before Dishonor. Still no word on a TV deal. Still no word on the next event. None of that stuff. We've seen the belts. They're everywhere. They're on TV. We've seen people like Josh Woods coming over. Talented people. All of that stuff. Ring of Honor kind of is floating in this weird void at the moment. I will say, and look, I'm going to get like tribalist idiots coming at me for this, but I am much happier that Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor than WWE, because what WWE would have done is take the brand and just use footage for
They'd have had the tape library. That'd been it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They would have. I wouldn't have had much faith in them uploading the tape library to WWE Network. They would have like used clips of AJ Styles or whoever they have on the roster from the company and used it like that. Tony Khan, say what you will about how he runs his wrestling promotion, whether you like his product or not, is a wrestling nerd in the extreme. And yes, he hasn't done much with the brand so far. Completely agree. Bit disappointed in that, 100%. But long term, he's far likelier to do something nice, at least with the footage, than with what WWE would have
And
done.
Exactly. And if WWE had bought it, would we have got Carrie Silkin no selling a bump last week?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I think this is the right call. Like I said, I'm joking, obviously. It did seem a bit like, whoa, this has kind of come out of the blue.
Yeah.
But like you say, as much as I'm a fan of WWE's, they would have just bought the tape library and gone, yeah, all those champs and all those belts and all that, that's not going to be a thing anymore. I'd rather be a zombie promotion as it is now than it be exactly just footage to be used as part of WWE's
It's in safer hands. Yeah.
Ring of Honor World title defender tonight?
Yes,
Bandido versus Chris
coming
Jericho,
through.
of
Former
course.
world champion.
Indeed.
There you go.
Was he the one? Was Bandido the one who had Chavo at Supercard? Not Super. Was it Supercard? And then Chavo cheated and he went, "Stop cheating!"
I don't even remember. Chavo's existence in this realm of promotions has been so weird.
It's been amazing.
It's been something else, hasn't it?
Right, let's keep talking about AEW because Tony Khan has reportedly instituted a no releases policy in AEW. Yesterday's now, would it be? Yes, because this came out yesterday. Yesterday's Wrestling Observer Radio saw Dave Meltzer state that currently nobody is going to be getting released from Tony Khan's promotion. He's kind of made the doctrine quite clear over recent days with the whole Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews thing. Set now not to leave, to stay, but just take some time off for themselves. Basically Meltzer notes that any want-away AEW wrestlers can either wrestle or sit at home and get paid, but if they stay at home, AEW does have the power to extend their contracts.
Yeah, so I think like regular consumers of our content, what a cynical way to phrase our wonderful audience. I'm sorry, that was awful. Regular viewers of the news and stuff will understand our position on this already. We're pro-worker and things like this, and we generally think that if somebody wants out of your contract, you should let them out.
Yep.
Like, why hold on to unhappy people, all of that. Tony Khan's stance in this is likely to be loads and loads of people. WWE have contacted loads of people on my roster to try and get them to come back. Some people requested releases, it seems. Some people did not.
Some people said, talk to my attorney.
Swerve, being the best guy, just went, no, speak to my lawyer, dude. This is weird. And all of that. So he probably feels like he is being almost attacked by the other. Like, Triple H is a really he's got the war gene in him, Triple H. He's really aggressive.
Yeah.
So he's probably doing that as a response to this and going, I'm not going to let you go back to that. I'm not going to let you walk out. Me personally, I think that if someone wants out, you should let them out.
Yes.
But I understand the logic, at least behind the stance. So, hey, there you go. Hey, look, we've just given really balanced appraisals on AEW. Fancy that.
Comments are just going to say we're still shields for AEW, despite the fact that we said we're pro-worker. If people should want out of the contract, just like we said when they're in WWE, they're in AEW. Tony Khan should let them go, but they're taking this stance because of business.
Also, just the small matter of the check not clearing this month might have influenced us.
A new watch.
Tony, come on. I've had this watch for like 3 years, man. Come on. You should. Why hasn't he sent us Rolex yet?
Exactly.
Yeah. Even like a crap Rolex.
Got my Rolex
like
instead.
One you bought from like a market or something. It's like, yes, sir, this will be £20. I'm sure it's legit.
We support the workers. There we go. Right, let's move on.
Apart from the ones selling fake Rolexes. Actually, maybe we do support them.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, hell yeah.
Get your hustle on.
Yeah.
At What Culture WWE, if you want to get send us your Twitter questions. First question today comes from the Rated R Penguin.
Wow.
Who writes, I thought AEW was going to strap the rocket to Wardlow, and they may still. Who in AEW and WWE would you give a belt to and beat everybody like Wardlow should be doing?
Yeah, Wardlow's going to be... He's getting the Goldberg push at some point. Yeah. The big push to the top. He's still really over as well. Can I give you two examples from AEW? Mm-hmm. Straight up Brody King.
Oh, yes.
Guy rules.
Strap him up.
If Malachi and Buddy aren't going to be around for a little while, do something cool with him. I love that guy. Just the King of Caveman style. I've said it before. He's great. And in the women's division, I really want shout out to Pure WrestleFlosion, who's been pushing this narrative quite strongly. Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
Somehow, I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know how you book these title things, but those are two people I would like to see get the belt and beat everybody.
Jamie Hayter beat everybody with that question. I love Brody King as well. I'll go for a couple of WWE guys then. Maybe not for the same reasons. I just want to see him do a lot more stuff, preferably on the main roster. Nathan Brady Fraser.
Fraser.
If you haven't seen him, he's
truly will do.
Ben Coulter, when he was in AEW, he's sensational. Get him. just get it. I'm using this as a question to get him in front of a lot more people because he's had this series going on with Axiom in 2.0. Like you say, not many people watch that, but it has been jaw-dropping, and get him on the main roster. You don't have to have him face Seth Rollins yet, even though he trained him. But yeah, do that. And Sami Zayn. Give Sami Zayn a belt, preferably have him beat Gunther.
I still really like
Oh, his chest is going to be wrecked after that match, isn't it?
same colour as his hair.
Oh.
I really like the idea that you had the other month of giving him the 24/7 title and pretending it's as prestigious as Roman's belt. That would be sensational.
Yeah.
Weird pick, Sheamus.
Yes.
Sheamus rules. And I'm glad people are finally accepting this.
Quite right. Norm Storm, great name because it's our
Good.
second question of the day. Says, greetings from Canada. Hi.
Hello.
With the recent 2-hour rampage that AEW had, says Norm, thoughts on it theoretically always being 2 hours could help with roster bloat and give more TV time to people. Not like a brand split, just 4 hours of weekly AEW TV.
You're right in that regard, for sure. It would certainly help get more people on TV, all of that stuff. But I think the ratings would be pretty terrible on a weekly basis. Obviously, last week did quite well, but it was a special show. It was the Grand Slam thing, had that extra appeal. It was also like, you looked at the card and went, hey, that looks like it's going to be fun. And guess what? The show was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I don't think that's something you can do every week. I think that one of the biggest problems that Rampage has, and it's just true, 10 p.m. on a Friday night is bad, and you're never going to have a particularly high viewership. 11 p.m. on a Friday night, which would be the second hour, is even worse. So I don't think...
you thought they were putting the main events on first at 10 p.m. because of that. Yeah. It's going to be such a topsy-turvy show.
So I don't think that necessarily is something that I would do if I was a billionaire wrestling promoter. But I'm not, so hey, maybe he will.
Yeah, Norm, you're really close here. You're right in thinking that Rampage was a lot better than a lot of recent Rampages, but it wasn't the 2-hour aspect as much as that helped with getting all the matches on there. It was them actually trying and putting big stuff on Rampage.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Just do more of that because it was great. And it doesn't have to be like big, serious world title matches. It was just quite fun to watch.
Hollywood Hangman backup Adam Pearce Page Hangman.
I know you mean.
Backup Hangman, the greatest, legitimately the best follow on wrestling Twitter. I think he called it something like just like a really fun house show.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
That's what it needs to be more.
It was a good time. Not everything needs to be super serious. Obviously we had things like Starks versus Hobbs. It's a nice fun ride.
Yeah.
Alternatively, to make Dark and Elevation a bit more substantial.
Yeah, that's
might
another
work.
option. Final question today comes from African Leg Drop on Twitter, who says, as a wrestler, which celebrity would you have as your manager?
Guy Fieri.
Any reason for that?
Just look at him. Like, that man belongs in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
The shirt, the frosted tips, DDD is like the greatest show of all time, Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives. He rules ass. Like, I love that in recent years it's come out that you know, he's like this loud, ostentatious TV character. He's actually a really good dude as well.
Is he? Oh, good.
Get Guy Fieri involved. I would have actually said Action Bronson before last week.
Yeah.
But no, Action Bronson ruled. But yeah, Guy Fieri.
I got a little bit confused by this question. I initially thought of Little Cook from Big Cook, Little Cook, because then we could do the twin magic that Bella Twins used to do.
Of course.
But then that doesn't really work because we're not a tag team.
Deirdre?
It's a manager. Deirdre, has it been considered? Yeah. But I'd go Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Because he'd be great cutting a promo for me, and in terms of like hyping me up or giving me a bit of tough love, getting out of a difficult loss and being told, you f***ing donkey. Right? Sorry, Ryan, our editor. Would really motivate me, I think. Or like if I lost and he did the whole, what are you? And I go, an idiot sandwich.
I thought you were going to slap my legs there.
No, 2 bits of bread. I had 2 bits of bread. I should have mentioned that part.
2 bits of bread in a cheese. As far as like celebrities I wouldn't want as my manager, I would probably avoid Gareth Southgate at all costs because he's a complete failure in any kind of managerial role.
Look at this, we were having such a nice day.
How many points did you get in your group?
3, I think.
3? All right. Enjoy relegation.
Yeah. You enjoyed the top league.
Yes.
Congratulations,
We're going to beat
Scotland.
Spain.
They're going to win the Euros.
We are. Lyndon Dykes. Celebrate.
Congratulations to Scotland. I'll be magnanimous for us.
I won't.
Okay. Well, let's move on to today's and finally. And the story that has rolled on in the background, but we haven't had time to mention recently, has now taken another intriguing twist. Teddy Long's got a new t-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees that reads, "You got blocked, player." This is what I love about wrestling. Something happens and someone thinks, I can make some money out of this. Whatever it might be.
Yeah, we need to start selling.
Good play. Fair play to you, Teddy. Who's gone to correct this, hasn't he? I think he said he got hacked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But get a You Got Blocked player t-shirt.
We need to start selling t-shirts, man. We need like This Is the News or something, don't we?
What?
Like, what if the design was like an eel and a microphone crossed over?
Is there any way we can have
news?
Do they still make those old t-shirts where you like push a button and it plays a sound effect?
There you go.
Because
production might be a bit difficult on that one, but
that's not our problem, really, is it?
Not
with
that.
With the brains of this, we just say what it is and say, how do you do it? And you go, I don't know, wise. And I was going to swear again then. Sorry, Ryan, for the one before. Shout out to Ryan Nicholson, our brilliant editor. Also, mentioning editors, shout out to Adam Nicholas. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Send him a happy birthday
Yeah.
at It's Adam Nicholas on Twitter. And apologies yesterday, I mentioned Jules' name and forgot to mention it was his birthday yesterday as well. So
Was it?
belated happy birthday to Jules Gill.
Oh, sorry, Jules. I had no idea. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You bald idiot.
Happy birthday to everybody.
Merry
if it's your birthday.
Christmas.
No, not yet.
I mean, soon, man.
Yeah, I mean, the aisle's already up in Tesco, isn't it?
Bloody.
Anyway, right, let us know your thoughts on
Best time of year, man.
means the Christmas party's not too far away, though.
Yeah.
And then news after the Christmas party, aka the best part of the Christmas party.
Remember that one where we were like stroking Greg's?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Remember when we had to actually punt for Twitter questions?
Yeah, we did a little video every morning. And then
Not now. You guys know what to do.
Big Gary was like, stop doing that, man. Classic Gary.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts
Who
on
the
that.
hell is Gary?
That's the question.
I know
for the comment.
several Garys, they're all lovely.
Is
but,
Gary the person behind the White Rabbit?
Well,
I mean, no, it's Bray Wyatt, but you know.
Gary Wyatt.
Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's
Gary
news.
Rotunda.
In the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from. For Daily Wrestling Podcast, we are going to review potentially the last ever NXT 2.0 and look ahead to AEW a little bit later on today.
I've literally got a headache.
Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that sort of thing at What Culture WWE. Watch, they can follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hey, the Nations League, Group A. It's not for everyone.
You can follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilmore. Follow us all at What Culture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Do a John McGinn.